So in real estate, how do you get ahead? You got to really join something or know people. It's all about relationships. Real estate people think it's all about the numbers. Yeah, possibly, maybe at the beginning, but it's not all about the numbers. During your education, you got to learn about the numbers. But when it comes down to it, you have to concentrate on your relationships. So there's three types of relationships. If you were to draw yourself in the center and then you draw circles around you, you have your inner circle friends, you have your support circle friends, and then there's really your service circle. So let's explain what each of those are, because each key thing in real estate, every milestone is reached through having relationships and building relationships with people. For example, if you look at your inner circles, who is that? Those are the people who are your friends. Those are people that are really there for you. Your trusted folks, and could be sometimes it's people within your mastermind groups, the educational groups, people that you've met, you've done Zoom calls with. Maybe it's a mentor, okay? These are your partners who you choose to have in your inner circle. And they're gonna be the ones that you can take advice from, but don't expect mentors to just give you advice, because although yes, they may want to share advice freely, but if you don't act on those advice, well, mentors aren't going to want to mentor you anymore if you don't act on it. So that's your inner circles. Then you have your support circles, people on the outer circle, just outside of your inner circles. These are going to be some of your coaches. These could be family members, sometimes friends. You got to look at your support circle like it is your advisors, if you will. They could be advisors, they could be paid advisors, some of them could be non-paid advisors, but you gotta really be careful for non-paid advice. You gotta pay attention to who's actually done the work. You can't listen to someone who hasn't actually done it. For those of you who've been in the business for a while, or maybe just starting fresh, a lot of people like to give you advice. The worst ones are the ones who's never done it and is still trying to give you advice. How crazy is that, right? You're gonna get those. You're gonna find those people as well. But have your inner and now your supportive circles. Then you have your service circle or your outer circle. The outer circle, service circle, these are the folks that are helping you in servicing your properties. Well, one thing I forget to mention is that your support circles on the just outside of your inner circle is going to be your property manager, could be your asset managers, people that you're partnered up with as well. And your outer circle or your supportive circle is going to be folks that you've hired. And these are going to be your property managers. Could be asset management as well. Maybe it's your contractors, right? It is going to be your landscaper, handyman, electricians. These are folks that you need to be in that circle as well. So you really need multiple key things. When I first got into real estate, I didn't realize that there were so many key roles in real estate. I mean, think about how syndication works. You're going to need a main key sponsor. You need a deal finder, you need a client relations or a capital raiser. You need people who do asset management as well, who handles finance, who's going to be your key principal when you look at that. And that's before you ever get a deal. Once you get a deal, you need to have your brokers involved. Well, brokers are involved before you find a deal as well. But once you get a deal on the contract, that's when attorneys get involved, contractors, you're doing your walks door by door, you're doing all your walks, your due diligence as well. You got to find good property management, right? And then you need investors, people who are going to trust, know, like, and trust you and invest with you in a deal. Once you actually close a deal, well, now it is your obligation to make sure you keep your investors updated. I was recently on a call and a gentleman said that it's been over a year since his operators ever communicated. They didn't return calls, they didn't send out emails, they didn't know what in the world was going on. They heard from someone else that the property that they were in got refinanced. That's how actually they found out about the refinance, which is ridiculous in my eye. So the next time you are looking into real estate, just know that there are people that you have to work with. You're never just working on your own, and you have to build these relationships. We'll see you next time.